welcome to Getting Rich Soon. I am Bridget, your host on the Getting Rich show. Today we're going to talk about how I saved my first 60,000 cash. Yes, guys, it's important we talk about things like this because most of the times we look at people on social media and they're always the wealthy people, like talking about how much they have saved and everything. And in our heads, we're just like, but you have too much money, right? So I want to encourage someone here that it is doable. If you're middle class, you're broke or whatever, you just have to follow the tips, my formula or what I did, and help yourself be able to save your first whatever, how much you want to get to. Remember, you're trying to save your emergency fund. Whatever you're trying to do, we are going to follow these tips. This is how I saved my first 60,000 cash. What was the first thing I did, guys? In order to for me to save my first 60,000 cash, I had gone to school. I had just graduated from college, right? Oh, let's take it back. Let's take it back. Originally, I'm from Cameroon, West Africa. I moved to the United States back in 2012 when I was just 17 years old. I attended my last 2 years of high school down in Virginia. Went to Pennsylvania for college where I graduated with a bachelor's in biochemistry. So I'm a biochemist. Right off graduating college, guys, obviously I graduated college with the troubles of America, right? I graduated with student loan debt, obviously. I graduated with credit card debt. I graduated with car loan debt, right? So I had all this debt wearing on me, right? And I was just tired of debt. I was like tired. I felt exhausted. So I was like, how can I get out of debt? Number one thing in trying to save money, you gotta find your why. So the first thing is my why was I was tired of debt. Also, I kept wondering how the rich people, all these people talking about money online and everything, I'm just like, how do you guys save all this money? How do you guys get to this point, right? So my why was tired of debt and wondering if it was possible, all the things the rich people preach, if it was even possible. So I was going to try that. The second thing I did was actually working on how to get out of debt. Yes, guys, we gotta work on getting out of debt. Why? Because debt steals a lot from us. It steals from it's like legal theft. Because people don't care about the fact that, oh, it's just $13 in interest I'm paying. No, honey, if it was just $13 to you, trust me, these people you were paying this interest to, it's important to them, and that's why it doesn't matter how much it is, because as it compounds or as it increases, guess what? They are making wealth out of your interest out of you. Look at it in the fact that instead of just giving this $13 in interest to these people, why don't you keep this $13 in your account and later on invest it, right? Or just pile it and see how it grows. So that's why it is important to get out of debt. So my second thing after finding my why was to start working on getting out of debt. So the third thing I got into was setting my priorities right. In setting my priorities right, what was I doing? Pretty much creatively living below my means. The reason why I say creatively living below my means is because when you tell people live below your means, it's like telling you to forgo all the good things of life, right? No, guys, it's not about forgoing the good things of life. It's about finding ways to actually enjoy these good things of life by doing it rightfully so that you're not using debt. So in this situation of setting my priorities right, I just started a job coming right off college. Most of the times when we get a job or job offer, we're excited about the pay we've never seen before or something like that. My pay wasn't that great of a pay. I was just coming right off college, so it was an entry level position anyways. But at that time, I was like, I saw a lot of people going in to get, a brand new apartment. You know how much an apartment can cost in New York and stuff like that. But I was just like, no, I'm not gonna go in for a full apartment because Also, at the same time, about graduating, I had to support my family. You know, coming from an African background, we still have to support our family from time to time and chip in as much. Everyone got to pay their cut, right? So I had that responsibility on my shoulders. So setting my priorities right, I was like, I'm not going to go get a full apartment and start paying all this money for rent. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look for someone who had an apartment already and was willing to rent out a room for me. So that was my number one priorities that I did. To set my priorities, I just got off college. I'm hired into a pharmaceutical company, right? Obviously had money, I'm excited and everything. Luckily for me too, when I was signing my contract with the pharmaceutical company, they offered me a 7,500 relocation money since I was coming from another state. Yes, guys, if you're looking for jobs, most of the times try to look for the jobs out of state too, so that if they are offering you location money, that can help you out too. So the clause for the 7,500 cash was, if I was to stay with the company for 2 years, then I don't have to pay them back. But if I left the company within 2 years, then I was supposed to pay them back 13,500. Why? Because they are telling me they pay taxes for them to be able to give me that money. So for me to leave, I have to pay them back the money as well as the taxes they paid to give me that money. So you see the trick there, right? But right, I was like, no, that's fine. I'm single. I'm going to take that. Guys, remember, you're coming right off college, 7,500 cash. We're excited. You want to blow it off and everything. But I had a goal. My goal was to get out of debt. I was tired of debt. And I graduating with about $8,000 in just credit card debt alone. Yes. And this was me trying to help people out in college, trying to help family out. You know, obviously the African troubles, right? You know, we always have to support our family somehow. So I had all of this debt weighing on me. So I took that 7,500, guys, not even a penny. I did not spend out of that. I channeled it all to my credit card debt. Cleared it out by the next month of pay because I had about 8,000 in credit card debt. So now credit card debt was knocked off for me, and this I started working January of 2018. So by like February of 2018, I was credit card debt free. Yes, but I still had student loans. I still had car note payments to go with, right? So the next thing I worked on was to increase your saving cap, right? Guys, yes, to increase your saving cap, you know, if you have just one stream of income, right, you can only save so much. So for you to be able to put some good amount of money to the side, you need to get multiple streams of income. You need to find ways to save as you are setting those priorities. Obviously, if you're going to give someone money, you should be within the budget. And also, guys, in setting your priorities, you want to surround yourself with the right people. Yes, it's important, because the truth is, if you're trying to live the right way, the people around you need to be speaking the same language that you're speaking. For example, also in setting my priorities, what I did was I completely love Facebook, right? Because I didn't need all these fancy things that people show on social media and stuff. I deactivated my Facebook for a time. I just went straight into that debt payment strategy. I was throwing all kind of money into my debt, also increasing my saving cap. I got multiple streams of income, in the sense that the first thing I did was in February, it was January of 2019, I enlisted into the Army Reserve, because they had a program where they were offering offering a good bonus for school fee loan repayment. Remember, I was trying to get out of debt, so I took on that. Also, they had a good health insurance, where I was going to be paying health insurance, but I was going to be paying less health insurance that I'm already paying on my job. Luckily enough for me, my job was willing to let me go for the military training, which lasted about 9 months for me because of what I do in the military. I'm a surgical tech, so pretty much working with the doctors in the surgery room, like during operations and stuff. So my training was a little bit longer. So I did that for about 9 months. Then I came back and continued with my job. So now when I came back to my job, roughly around November of 2019, I had those with two streams of income, right? Also, when I came back, I got another job, guys. Yes, I got another job working at Albany Medical Hospital at the time. And I was working as a patient care associate on the vascular surgery floor. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, with my biochemistry degree, I do a lot of science stuff oriented. Also, I want to go to medical school in the long run, things like that. So in doing these multiple streams of income, I even started doing DoorDash. Yes, and what did I do with my DoorDash money? I channeled my DoorDash money to things like if I needed to take a vacation, if I needed to go visit a friend, and all those things. So if you saw me enjoying life anytime at that time, trust me, I had to work hard to pay for that that life of enjoyment. So I'm like, if I cannot go and do that, if I don't have time to do the extra DoorDash money, which is delivering food, then I'm not going to be spending any of that extra money. I use my DoorDash money for gas and all of those extra living. Then the number 4 thing, guys, when it comes to saving money is that you need to understand taxes. I'm going to take a deep breath on this one. If you know me personally, you know that taxes in the United States have kicked my butt. Yes, the IRS has knocked me down, knocked me back up, and continue trying to knock me down. But guess what? I'm a lot smarter now. You need to understand taxes. You need to start buying those taxes books. Remember, when you increase your level of income, especially being a single person, right? You need to start paying more in taxes. But there are ways that you can legally, guys, you can legally not pay so much in taxes as we do when we are single, have no dependents, or when you're just making too much money. So you need to understand about taxes. That's number 5, understanding taxes. Buy those books, watch those videos, do whatever it takes for you to understand about taxes. I'm just gonna talk about my worries and my downfalls when it comes to American taxes in some other video. And the last thing I want us to do what I did when it came to saving the first 60,000 cash, guys, what did I do? Number 6, I will always preach this: be generous. It is important. It increases yourself as a person in the sense that it takes away stress from you. Remember, if you're doing this multiple sources of income, like I was working overnight like 7 days a week. Yes, guys, I was putting in, that's how much work I was putting in to get out of there. I was working overnight 7 days a week, and then sometimes when I get off in the morning for the short period of time, I'm gonna go do DoorDash because I'm trying to get gas money or pay for some vacation to go somewhere. And then the next thing I will do sometimes is on my drill weekends, guys. Yes, on my drill weekends, which is pretty much since I'm in the Army Reserve, on my drill weekends, I'm in drill. If I'm sitting in drill, that's the time when I wind down. I might try to even get a breather. But I was working 7 days a week trying to pay off debt. Being generous is important, that it takes out stress from you. Also, it's just doing the will of God, guys. You find yourself. I remember back in 2019 when I gave this lady $1,000 in church, man. The voice note she kept on my phone, I still have it till today. I don't know if I'm going to add it to this video for you guys to listen to, just the part of, but I always go back and listen to it, guys, when I feel depressed, feel down, because it uplifts me. It uplifts me, on the journey of riches. You need certain things that can uplift you sometimes. Remember, you're surrounding yourself with the right people, and the right people are also supposed to be uplifting you there. Guys, just a breakdown of everything, a timeline. I started working in 2018. By 2019 ending, I had all my debts paid off, other than the little credit card was knocked off, car note was knocked off. The only student debt that was left was just because when I signed on to the military, I got the student loan sign-on bonus, and the way that works is they pay it instrumentally. So all what I had left is just waiting for the military to pay it every year to knock that off. When you're getting your multiple streams of income, it's very important. And also, if there's not anything that you gain out of this video, you realize that it doesn't happen overnight, guys. It takes time. I didn't start saving till actual 2020. All this time I was trying to get out of there, working all that extra. But trust me, by the time I actually got to start saving in 2020, Since I did not have debt, I was able to go in full force. By the ending of 2020, I already had 30,000 saved up in cash, and by the mid 2022, I had $60,000 cash saved up. This is no joke. It's doable. It doesn't matter if you're a middle class person, if you're broke or whatever. You just have to have a goal, set your priorities right, work on paying off debt, and guys, it's doable. Just to wrap up the video, we looked at how I saved $60,000 cash, guys. I did not invest. This was me saving cash over the span from pretty much I started working on myself from 2018 to 2022, because by 2022 I had the 60,000 cash saved up in my account. So the number one thing is, I'll tell you, in saving, what you have to do, you have to find your why, which is your goal, right? You need to get out of debt as your number two. Number three, you need to set your priorities right. Yes. Number four, you need to increase your saving gap. That's get those multiple streams of income. Number five, understand taxes. And the last one, be generous. As you guys always know, I always like to end with a passage from the Bible. And today I want us to look at Proverbs chapter 21, verse 5. It says, plan carefully and you will have plenty. If you act too quickly, you will never have enough. Guys, look at the timeline of how I saved. I wasn't in a rush, but I had a goal. I wasn't thinking that it was something that was going to be done overnight. In building wealth, guys, you got to give it time. And good luck to everyone as we keep trying on this journey of getting rich soon. Thank you all for liking. Please subscribe and share my videos. And above all, I love you guys. Thank you.